What are the quirks of JavaScript's arguments object? Imagine you're cooking and you have a secret ingredient that can do many things, but it also has some quirks that can surprise you. That's what the arguments object in JavaScript is like. It's a special tool inside functions that holds all the arguments you pass when calling the function. But it's not as straightforward as it seems. First, even though it looks like an array because it has numbered indexes and a length property, it is not a real array. That means you can't use array methods like forEach, map, or slice directly on it. If you want to use those, you need to convert it into a real array first. You can do this with array, from arguments, or by spreading it into a new array like arguments. Another interesting quirk is how it behaves in non-strict mode. When you change a named parameter inside a function, the corresponding arguments element also changes. For example, if you have a parameter called name and you change arguments, name updates too. This linkage can cause bugs if you're not careful. But in strict mode, this connection is broken. Changing the parameter or the arguments object won't affect each other anymore, making your code more predictable. Arrow functions are a different story. They do not have their own arguments object. If you try to access arguments inside an arrow function, it will look for arguments in the surrounding function. If there is none, it will be undefined. This is because arrow functions inherit the context from where they are defined, not from how they are called. The arguments object also holds all arguments passed to the function, even if you only define a few parameters. This means you can pass more arguments than your function expects, and they will all be accessible through arguments. This was especially useful before the introduction of REST parameters, which are now preferred. Speaking of REST parameters, modern JavaScript favors using them over arguments. REST parameters are true arrays, so they are easier to work with and do not have the quirks of arguments. They also make your code clearer and more consistent. Knowing these quirks is helpful when working with functions that need to handle many arguments or when maintaining older code. For new projects, using REST parameters is a better choice. But understanding the arguments object helps you read and understand legacy code more easily. It's a powerful feature, but one that needs to be used with awareness of its quirks.